Thank you. I appreciate it. It's very kind of you. Thanks for coming out. Yes. Woo. All right. All right. So I want to start with this first joke. Here's the thing. I don't really like jokes, that are like, men, but women. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like jokes like that. I wrote this joke. It's like men, women. So just bear with me. It starts a little weird. Okay, so I play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons. So I know a lot about women. I play Dungeons and Dragons with a group of, could you believe it, all guys. Whoa! It's me and Matt and Ryan and Matt and Taylor and Jeff. We look like a stock image. And I play this group of guys and have a lot of fun, but one of them asked if his sister could join. We're like, sure, seems like a good idea. Thought it'd be nice to get some feminine energy in there, right? Should we play with us? Having a lot of fun. But it's just like, it's a unique dynamic because that only goes one way. No group of women have ever invited one guy for his masculine energy, Like no group of women have been hanging out, having a lot of fun, and been like, hey, you know what? Let's ruin this, That wouldn't go, that wouldn't fly. Because men, it's a hard sell. No one likes that. Women, easy sell, everyone loves women. If I was trying to invite a guy out somewhere he didn't really want to go, they'd say, come on, there's gonna be girls there. It's pretty persuasive. If I was talking to a woman, inviting her out somewhere, and say, come on, there's gonna be men there. That's a warning, okay? Destroy her evening. She doesn't want that. Not gonna get anywhere with that. It's fun to play D&D with like some friends back home on Zoom. We can do it now. It's cool. I'm not from Seattle. Anyone else kind of move up here? Whoa, local crowd. All right, locals only. I respect that. California. I'm from LA. This is something I just want to share. Something. LA. Yeah, it's a good place. This is something that's only happened to me since I moved to Seattle. I don't know if you guys feel this too, but it's never happened to me anywhere else where I live. Where sometimes I will get emails from mostly white people, and they will sign off the email with Black Lives Matter. Does that happen to you guys? Like a normal email, and instead of like, sincerely your best, it'll be like, Black Lives Matter, Ricky. You ever get those? Sometimes I get those. And it's like, here's the thing, right? We can all agree. Black Lives Matter is a very important movement, right? It's a very powerful phrase, but it's not like aloha, Like, you can't just like sprinkle it in, have it do this work for you. Pretty specific time. I don't know, I think it might weaken it when I get an email from the guy who owns my gym asking me to poop at home because the plumbing cannot handle the toilet paper being flushed every day. Black Lives Matter, Ben. It's like, what are we doing here, man? On this email, you're gonna use it here? Weakens it, maybe. I don't know, I'm no expert. Maybe you could tell. So yeah, not from here, from LA. I went to a wedding down there recently. It was awesome. Got to see my friend Dean get married. Driving back from that wedding, my friend Caleb, and we were talking about, getting married, having babies, boy stuff. And he asked me, if I ever want to get married, do I want to have kids? And I was like, yeah, I could see myself getting married. I don't know if I want to have kids because it's expensive, right? College, I've heard. And also the world kind of sucks right now. I'm not ready to get into this. It's kind of a mess. And Caleb told me that he understood. He used to think the same way. He used to think the world was too messed up to rank into. But then he heard a quote that made him think differently. And I was like, well, what's the quote? And he told me it goes like this. He told me the quote goes, don't be afraid to bring dragon slayers into the time of dragons. And then I said, what the fuck did you just say to me right now? Dragons? I was talking about tuition. What are you talking about? Dragons? He was like, nah, dude, like the world's messed up and maybe one of our kids could save it. I was like, dude, if I have a kid, he'll pay rent for 60 years and get killed by a microplastic. Let me tell you, save the world. You get your mind? We kept going on about it. He's like, no, dude, like we could raise them right, like children of the future, like we could bring it around. I was like, Caleb, stop talking, okay? Look, I like you. I've known you a long time. If you start having kids, I can't be friends with you anymore. I don't need that energy in my life. Would you guys want that? Would you want to be friends with parents who think that their child will be a dragon slayer? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine going to that gender reveal party? Hey, Caleb, boy or girl? Yeah, try chosen one. I don't want that. It's gonna be awful. Well, anywhere near my life. I want your kids to save the world. Dude, kids can't even save a marriage, okay? Please be real. We're limited in their capacity, all right? Not gonna happen. Realistic. I'm so stressed out. I go to the mechanic this week. I hate going to the mechanic because I treat my car like shit and they know. It's very embarrassing. They look at me like I'm such an idiot because I don't do it's like every time I go to the mechanic, I feel like an anti-vaxxer. because I have this expert, he's telling me exactly what to do, and I don't do any of it, ever, at all. Like, I went there for an oil change, and the guy was like, you should change your brake pads. I was like, I'm doing my own research, actually. It'll be okay. He's like, no, they're 90% worn. I was like, yeah, a lot of those numbers are made up, okay? I don't want to microchip in my car, man. Tone it down. So yeah, my insurance is 10 grand a month. It's awesome. I love it. Speaking of financial decisions, got a tattoo recently. That was a blast. Anyone else here got a tattoo? Anybody? Yeah, a couple people. They're fun. I got a tattoo of a mermaid because I am very quirky. And got this tattoo of a mermaid. The woman, she was like kind of like a goth girl doing it, and she was drawn on the tattoo, and she was like, do you believe in mermaids? And I said, no. Obviously, no. And she went, oh, okay. And I was like, oh my God, do you? And she said, oh yeah. She said, I believe in all that stuff, man, mermaids, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot. And I was like, what, even like aliens? She said, yeah, dude, I believe in everything. And I was like, whoa, even God? And she said, no, never in my life, not for a minute. No, hard pass on that one. I feel like I know a lot of people like that, though. They're into like crystals and tarot. You're talking about God. They're like, be realistic. Whoa, come on. No man in the sky. But like later in the conversation, she told me that she does believe in demons. And I was like, come on. That's cheating. You can't have both of those. And she told me that sometimes she hears a spirit talk to her that does not have her best intentions at heart. And I was like, oh, do tell. She told me that she has this like orange tree in the backyard, right? And sometimes she'll go to eat an orange from the tree, but the spirit will tell her if she eats any fruit from that tree that she'll die. And I was like, man, that sounds like some shit God would say. I feel like that is very God. All right, that is all the time I have. You've been so lovely. Thank you so much for coming out.